I'm sorry for being late. I couldn't decide what to wear.
No, it's fine. We still have time for a reservation, so let's hurry. I'm Tsubasa Sakuma, a third-year university student. Today's my Christmas date with my first ever girlfriend, Manami Futamata. I spent every day working part-time just for this day. I hope Manami will be happy. This is the restaurant, right? Can you handle the reception? Manami had been wanting to visit this restaurant, and she made the reservation on her phone. I booked the course meal and paid for it in advance, but...
Tsubasa!
Hearing a familiar voice behind them, I turned around. Shitaro, why did I have to run into him of all people on Christmas? Oh, you came to this restaurant too. Well then. Shitaro Uwaki, a classmate from university, has been a thorn in my side ever since I refused to cover for him in class a few months ago.
Wait, I'm having dinner with Manami here.
Exactly. So why don't you, the unwanted introvert, get lost already?
What? What are you talking about?
Like you? Don't be ridiculous. You actually believed that? How pathetic.
It was just to shake things up. After hanging out with a loser like you, I realized just how great I am.
That can't be. As I pieced together what Manami and Shitaro said, it becomes clear that I was being two-timed. And the real boyfriend was Shitaro all along, while I was just a tool to break their boredom.
You, an introvert, wouldn't even do me a favor when I asked, and it pissed me off. Now you understand your place, don't you? From now on, just live quietly and stop trying to stand up to us, alright? Oh, and thanks for paying for this place. I'll make sure to enjoy it with your beloved Manami.
As I stood there in shock, they walked into the restaurant looking all cozy. I couldn't even think about the money I spent. Being dumped so cruelly by my first girlfriend just broke me. I can't believe Manami could toy with someone's heart like that. I guess I have no eye for women, and maybe I wasn't meant for relationships in the first place. From that day onward, I lost interest in romance and focused entirely on my studies and job hunting during the rest of my university life. Time passed without me getting involved in another relationship, and now I'm 27 years old. Even as a working adult, my days were all about focusing on my job.
Sakuma is top of the charts again this month. Everyone, follow Sakuma's example and keep working hard.
Of course it's Sakuma again. He never comes out for drinks, just buries himself in work. No wonder his results are good.
Yeah, he's got that I'm not like you guys vibe. So full of himself.
While I found fulfillment in my sales job, the more I achieved, the more resentment I faced from others. I avoided social gatherings like drinking parties, and the cold stares from my coworkers only grew stronger. It made things awkward.
Tsubasa, great to see you. Over here.
He waves at me with a smile. Shogo Aizawa is a contact I established a few years ago at one of our client companies. We've hit it off so well that we now go out to eat together even outside of work. Sorry for keeping you waiting, Aizawa-san.
No, it's fine. I'm the one who should apologize for calling you out of the blue. There's someone I really wanted you to meet.
The person he mentioned was a woman, Shogo-san's younger sister, whom he wanted to introduce me to today.
This is my dear little sister, Sakura. She's always been a bit on the shy side.
Hello. It's nice to meet you. I'm Sakura Aizawa.
She says with a blush, looking bashful. Her refined features resemble Shogo-san's.
Sorry for springing this on you. My brother kept insisting. He said you're a really kind person.
Oh, no need to worry. I'm happy to meet you. It's my pleasure.
The truth is, my sister's always been a bit shy when it comes to romance. She's never had a boyfriend before.
I guess I've been giving my brother quite a bit of unnecessary worry. I'm sorry. I'm sure someone like me isn't your type, Sakuma-san.
That's not true at all. Actually, I'm not very forward when it comes to relationships either. I feel more comfortable with someone who isn't pushy. Since that experience with Manami, I couldn't bring myself to be proactive in relationships. I never wanted to go through that again.
You're a good guy, Tsubasa. I'm glad I introduced you to Sakura. I hope you'll keep getting to know each other.
Since Shogo-san is someone I can trust, I figured I could trust his family as well. So I exchanged contact information with her. After that, Sakura and I began exchanging a few messages every day. We soon discovered that we both shared a love for PC gaming, and that's when we really hit it off. On weekday evenings after work, we'd set a time to play together online, and it quickly became the highlight of my day.
still new to this game, so please go easy on me.
No worries. I'll support you so you can have fun, Sakura-san. We're playing a competitive game while voice chatting, and it's quickly become my favorite time of day.
Why can't I win at that part? It's so frustrating.
You're just not used to the controls yet. Once you get the hang of it and stay calm, I'm sure you'll win.
I'm sorry, Tsubasa-san. I keep losing because I'm not good enough. I'll have to train harder.
Contrary to my initial impression of her as soft-spoken, Sakura turned out to be incredibly competitive. Every time she lost, she'd get frustrated, but I found that side of her pretty adorable.
Tsubasa-san, my rank went up. It's all thanks to you.
No, it's because you worked hard, Sakura-san. Congratulations. Is there any skin or item you want? I'll get you a gift to celebrate.
No. You don't need to get me anything. But actually...
Sakura seems to have thought of something, but hesitates, looking embarrassed. Sakura-san, what is it?
If you don't mind, would you like to go out for dinner sometime? Just the two of us?
We've been playing games online regularly, but the truth is, we had only met in person that one time when I was introduced to her. Honestly, I thought about asking her out for a meal several times, but could never take that first step. Of course! I should have been the one to ask. I'm really glad you invited me. I heard her let out a sigh of relief over the headset. She must have been nervous about asking me out. And so the day of our meal together arrived. Sakura-san seems really comfortable to be with. The whole incident with Manami still lingers in the back of my mind whenever I think of having a meal with someone.
I really enjoy spending time like this with you, Tsubasa-san. I feel so at ease and happy.
Sakura-san, yeah, I feel the same way. Let's do this again soon. I have to stop letting my past weigh me down. It's not fair to Sakura who looks at me so genuinely. We started going on more dates, with me actively inviting Sakura to meals and outings. One weekend, I went out for drinks with Shogo-san for the first time in a while.
It's been a while, Tsubasa-kun. Lately, you've been spending all your time with Sakura and ignoring my invites.
Haha, weren't you the one who's been too busy with work, Shogo-san?
Well, yeah. There's this employee at one of our branches who got in through connections, and they've been causing all kinds of problems. I mean, I'm stuck dealing with that, and to top it off, I've got some weird woman trying to flirt with me. It's exhausting, man.
Shogo-san looks genuinely worn out. He seems even more tired than usual.
How about you, Tsubasa-kun? Last time we spoke, you mentioned you were struggling with work. Has that improved?
He's referring to the time I casually vented about my situation during one of our meals. I guess he remembered. Haha, nothing's really changed. Even when I get good results, people still give me cold looks. It's tough. I've been questioning why I'm even pushing myself so hard. But when I think about the future, I know I want to aim higher.
Oh, you're so focused and dedicated. I really respect you for that, Tsubasa-kun. Actually, I have a proposal for you. Tsubasa-kun, how would you feel about joining my company?
Huh?
I've always admired you, Tsubasa. You're the first person I've wanted to become friends with outside of work, and the first person I trusted enough to introduce to my sister. And your work is outstanding. I was genuinely impressed when you made a proposal that even swayed our higher-ups, who have been reluctant to sign a contract with your company. I'd love to build the future of this company with you. Would you consider it?
Shogo-san's unexpected offer makes my heart race, and for the first time in a while, I feel like a new path has opened up for me.
Still, it seems like workplace drama exists no matter where you go, huh? To be honest, I'm engaged, but one of my female colleagues has been harassing my fiancé. Well, that's the situation. So, Tsubasa-kun, let's keep working hard for the woman we care about, alright?
Shoga's well-shaped face lights up with a grin, and understanding the meaning behind his words, I feel my face heat up. Yes, I'll work even harder.
So, how are things going with Sakura? Are you two getting along?
Well, I think she's a really wonderful woman.
Haha, I knew I could trust someone like you with my sister, Tsubasa-kun.
Apparently, Sakura had been betrayed by a friend during her school days, and that caused her to struggle with social relationships ever since. It's different, but in a way, we've both been hurt by betrayal. I want to protect her from now on. That's the resolve I silently made as I enjoyed the time spent with Shogo-san. 1 month later, I visited the branch office where Shogo-san works. It's my first time at this branch, even though they're a client from my previous job. As I approached the reception to request a meeting, I noticed Shogo-san chatting with the receptionist.
Oh, Tsubasa-kun, I've been waiting for you.
Sorry for the wait, Shogo-san.
What? No way. Why are you here?
The receptionist standing there was none other than my ex-girlfriend, Manami, who had cruelly dumped me. Futamata-san, it's been a while. I'm here today for a meeting with Aizawa-san. I didn't expect to run into her here, working as a receptionist, but it couldn't be helped. Inside, I didn't even want to speak to her, but as a professional, I had to respond politely. However, Manami, not recognizing the setting on her position, smirked and looked down on me.
You still look as dull as ever. I'm surprised someone like you is meeting with Aizawa-san.
Tsubasa-kun, you know her? I didn't expect you to be acquainted with someone like this.
Honestly, I don't even want to admit I know her. Sensing something from my reaction, Shogo-san gave me an apologetic look.
Are you here for work? No company would do business with someone like you.
Watch your mouth. How could you speak like that to a guest from outside?
Oh, it's fine, Aizawa-san. Actually, I used to date him, but it was never serious, of course. Anyway, Aizawa-san, why don't we go out for dinner sometime?
Even though Shogo-san was visibly angry, Manami shamelessly continued to flirt with him. Then suddenly...
Wait a minute, is that you, Sakuma? You didn't come here for Manami, did you? Go home, loser.
The one who appeared was none other than Karma Uwaki, the man who had used Manami to deceive me.
I've seen you around a few times. I don't know who you are, but stay away from my woman.
Had he not seen Manami throwing herself at me? Iwaki even directed a glare at Shogo, trying to intimidate him.
It seems this branch office is lacking in employee education. I didn't expect it to be this bad.
You don't know who I am? I'm the nephew of the senior executive. A lowly employee like you shouldn't be defying me. So why don't you back off?
It became clear to me that the problematic employee Shogo-san had mentioned recently was Uwaki.
Do you even realize how many people have been troubled by your lazy, entitled work attitude?
What? Who do you think you are? Why are you saying this to me?
I'm from headquarters. Your conduct has caused more than enough problems, and it's no longer being tolerated.
No way. Uncle's always bailed me out.
Even your uncle, Executive Iwaki, is about to face responsibility for this. You've been a disgrace, and he can't cover for you anymore.
No.
This is Sakuma-san, and he'll be joining our company.
What?
Yes, I'm officially joining this company. Today was my visit to introduce myself to the branch.
Huh. I can't believe they hire someone so incompetent. What is HQ even thinking? I'll get Uncle to cancel your hire. I'm sure Uncle will be thrilled to take credit for fixing this mess.
You still don't get it, do you?
Huh?
It seemed Iwaki had finally triggered Shogo's fury. Even someone as arrogant as Iwaki flinched for a moment.
He's an outstanding individual. I brought in myself. We need him to replace someone. Don't you think it's time you realize who the incompetent one is here?
What? Replace me?
Sakuma-kun will be assigned to a higher position than either of you here at the branch. We need to rebuild this office, thanks to a spoiled, incompetent nephew who's been leeching off his uncle. And such an uncle who let you do all that doesn't have much say anymore.
No, this can't be happening. I'm being replaced, and he's getting a better deal. This can't be real.
Iwaki collapsed, mumbling in disbelief. Iwaki, too bad. I've taken your place.
You...
Don't blame me. This is the consequence of your dishonesty toward others. I smiled as I said it, feeling a sense of closure for the long years I'd suffered because of him.
Sorry about that, Tsubasa-kun. I didn't mean to drag you into such a mess.
After finishing my introduction at the branch office, Shogo and I left the building, the sun already setting. No, honestly, it felt pretty good. I'm glad it happened.
Haha, I didn't know you had such a bold personality, Tsubasa-kun. I like you even more now. The way you looked down at him and put him in his place, I almost fell for you.
Shogo-san?
Now then, let's go celebrate your new job over dinner. Just the two of us will be nice.
As Shogo-san made a teasing comment with a charming smile, right then.
Tsubasa, wait!
It was Manami chasing after us. Just as I expected, I sighed.
Hey, Tsubasa!
Sorry, but I have no intention of getting back together with you. Just the thought makes my skin crawl. Before she could say anything, I cut her off. I didn't need this situation in my life. You were hitting on Shogo-san earlier, even though you have a boyfriend, weren't you? You were perfectly fine cheating and two-timing back in school, too. Sorry, but I'm not interested in someone as cheap as you.
Don't make things up. No, Shogo-san. I was being stalked by these two. I was actually in trouble.
When I pointed out her infidelity, Manami immediately changed targets and started sweet-talking Shogo, but...
Yeah!
As Manami reached out to cling to him, she almost stumbled. Just before she could grab him, Shogo stepped aside.
Don't touch me. My fiancée works at this branch too. She's the same employee you've been mocking all this time. I've heard everything from the other employees. You've been flirting with several male coworkers and bullying the female staff, haven't you?
I don't know anything about that.
There have been multiple complaints about you. Some people even recorded their conversations with you. My fiancée is one of them. You've really hurt her, haven't you?
That's not...
I'm making this crystal clear. I only spoke to you because it was necessary for work. But frankly, it's been a huge inconvenience, and I don't want to talk to you outside of work again.
You're horrible, Aizawa-san! How could you say that to me? She flirts with people and then throws a fit when things don't go her way? How embarrassing. Wasn't she dating Uwaka-san? She always boasted about how her boyfriend was the nephew of a senior executive.
It was after work hours, but since we were still near the company building, plenty of coworkers had seen everything. Finally realizing the situation she was in, Manami turned bright red and looked down.
You'll be dealt with by the company too. You should go home for today. Why were people like them even hired in the first place? I'll have to report all this to my father. I should have revealed my position earlier, but I didn't want to make things worse. Sorry for putting you through that.
No, if you told them you were the president's son, things would have gotten even messier. As it turns out, Shogo-san is the son of the company's president. He kept it a secret to avoid favoritism. He went through the same hiring process as everyone else, taking the exams and interviews like a regular employee. Now his abilities are recognized, and he reports on and works to improve conditions within the company. After that, I joined the branch office as planned, working in an environment where my efforts were appreciated. Apparently, after I left, my former company's sales dropped significantly, and there are rumors that it's on the verge of collapse.
Since Sakuma-kun left, we're in a terrible situation. You guys need to work harder. Don't come back until you land a contract.
Hi. If only we had respected Sakuma-san more.
As for Manami, she was transferred as punishment for bullying others. She tried to rely on Iwaki for help again, but even he rejected her this time.
Get lost. I'm not interested in a woman like you.
That's my line! You useless, good-for-nothing leech!
Unable to bear the situation, she resigned before her transfer went through. And just as expected, we ran into Manami during another date with Sakura. Naturally, she tried to approach me again, but...
Sakura-san, it's okay, calm down.
Recognizing Manami as a threat trying to take me away, Sakura's anger caused her to snap. On the other hand, Uwaki, who had only gotten into the company through connections, was transferred to a remote location. But later, due to his incompetence, he caused significant financial losses for the company and was fired.
How? How did it come to this?
His uncle, the executive director, was also demoted and transferred to a branch office in a rural area. Iwaki, having enraged his uncle, was completely abandoned by his family, with no one left to help him. To top it off, he was conned by a woman who turned out to be a serial marriage scammer, leaving his heart hollow. And as for me, when I was mentally and physically drained from my previous job, Sakura's presence was truly healing for me. So, I realized I want to be with you more. Will you be my girlfriend? While celebrating my job change, I confessed to Sakura over dinner.
Of course. I look forward to being with you from now on.
And so, we started dating and eventually moved in together. Now, Shogo's big wedding day has finally arrived. Shogo-san looks so happy. Someday, I hope Sakura and I can.
Wait, was that a proposal?
Once you've been betrayed, it's hard to trust others again. But people like Shogo and Sakura saved me. Someone trustworthy will appear someday. In this era where life expectancy can reach 100 years, isn't it okay to hold on to that hope?